As H1N1 virus that causes swine flu continue to cause reports in the country, it is our sincere hope that the government is putting up adequate measures to arrest the situation.
Welcome to your impartial and incisive news channel ATV, where today we bring you a detailed report on the news stories and features that have defined the last 6 months.
Welcome, I am Isaac Swila.
Indeed, a very warm welcome. I'm Marian Runde.
We begin our bulletin with in-house matters, where Mombasa Aviation Training Institute held its annual Student Council elections to inject new blood to its leadership. The post in contention included that of the chairman, his deputy, the secretary general, amongst others.
Isaac Swila emerged as the new chairperson, beating his sole competitor, Telekim Mutai, by a margin of 43 votes in a tightly contested race. ATV's political reporter Iliaki Mochoni has the details.
Friday, the 6th of March 2009 was the day that many waited for. A day that Mombasa Aviation students came together to cast their votes in selecting their student council leaders. A few lecturers were seen in lecture rooms as early as 8 a.m. in the morning, where students started to vote. This time round, a fee card or the student ID was enough. The contestants were not allowed near the polling stations, but the agents followed closely what was happening. Yes, the voting. And again, though Mombasa is always hot and humid, they were seen smart with tight ties on their necks.
Only one.
And again, of course, so nervous. The seats which were left vacant included that of sports coordinator, treasurer, organizing secretary, secretary general, vice chairperson, and that of the chairperson.
The students have shown up in large numbers. They are voting for the leaders, the ones whom they think that they are going to help them as they meet their needs in this college.
Steve Happy was the only contestant who vied for the sports coordinator post. Lydia Mwasi and Bosco Sila vied for the treasurer post. Eric Mwatame, Nelson Gila and James Merura for organizing secretary post, Silas Mbuga and Omar Abdallah for secretary general, Gitonga Joseph and John Seko for vice chairperson, then Telekim Mutai and Isaac Swila for the chairperson post. Yes, these were the people who made students cast their votes. And at around noon, the voting was over. The counting of votes followed. It was serious business, they said, and thus this was to be aired live, just to assure the voters everything was under control. Remember 2007, in the country's general elections, Mombasa Aviation students wanted this to be free and fair. The students, or you can call them the voters, gathered in the library to watch the coverage live. Immediately the counting of votes was underway. Most contestants were seen moving here and there as the counting of votes continued. I could see some of them being so nervous, with their hankies wiping off sweat from their faces, except Steve Happy, the only person who vied for the sports coordinator post.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
No one was allowed in the TV studio where the counting of votes was taking place except agents who were relevant for the job. You could call the dean of student Mr. Kivitu just because he maintained order in the room. 3 hours or so were enough for all the winners to be announced, and this was the time that some contestants' neckties could not be seen anymore. The voters were satisfied by the work done, and those who could celebrate did.
Media. Media.
And after the elections, Steve Happy is the new sports coordinator who managed to scoop 264 votes.
Kusema kweli na feel poa sana. Nilijua tayari kwa ushindi utakuwa wangu kivyo vyote vile. Yale niliyosema nitahakikisha nimejaribu kadri ya uwezo wangu kuyatimiza yote.
Lydia Mwawasi is the new treasurer who managed to scoop 230 votes against Bosco Sila, who scooped 39 votes.
Kusema kweli nimesikia raha sana na nashukuru.
Yes, na Secretary General is Silas Mugwa, who managed 153 votes against Omar Abdallah, who stepped down, but this was not known in the Dean's office. Omar Abdallah scooped 95 votes.
One of all, I really believed that I could take the seat. So I just thank my voters. Those who voted for me, I give thanks to them. Those who didn't vote for me, still I promise to work with them. So I have no gratitude. Thank you.
The organizing secretary is Nelson Gila, who managed to scoop 95 votes against Eric Mwatame and James Mairura, who scooped 87 and 77 votes respectively.
So much, my voters. Thank you, my dear listeners. I love you all. Election night is coming soon. Watch this space.
The new vice chairperson is John Seko, who managed 175 votes against Gitonga Joseph, who managed 74 votes.
I'm quite happy, excited. I'm very much thankful to my voters for their trust and for ensuring that they voted wisely and the 1 minute. I'm ready to serve as a leader and I'm calling upon them to always be disturbing with the problems. Thank you very much.
And the new chairman is Isaac Swila, who managed 149 votes against Telekim Tai with 116 votes.
This election victory has been overwhelming. It is not my election victory as I did mention in my campaign, but it is the victory of the very voters who put their trust and confidence in me, together with the team that has been elected, that we can actually deliver the service.
Eliakim Kisaka, ATV News.
Mombasa City was turned into a battlefield as police officers and council askaris engaged the irate hawkers who are protesting against the council's move to relocate them out of the CBD. However, Town Clerk Tabman Otieno has defended the decision, terming it as a move to decongest the city streets. ATV's very own reporter Jenta Dele witnessed the mayhem.
Municipal council officers and the Kenya police officers hurled stones at the city hawkers around Mombasa streets as citizens gazed in amazement. Most business premises were closed down as owners were left to watching the drama between the hawkers and the police. The police cooperated with the municipal officers in the battle to get hold of the hawkers by patrolling around the city streets and raising alarm whenever possible. The streets were filled with stone, burnt tires, tear gas canisters and burnt litter. The government promised hawkers a piece of land in Buxton, which up to date has not been provided. Reporting for ATV, Jenta Dele, Mombasa. Mombasa Aviation's hotel and catering students put a smile on the face of its senior managers at a luncheon held within the college premises. This was meant to showcase the talent and market qualification of the learners. Mr. Patrick Kleng, the deputy principal in charge of academics, graced the occasion. ATV's Lillian Boy reports.
Mombasa Aviation offers a variety of courses, and today the hospitality department students proved to the institution that apart from theoretical classes, practicals are on the forefront. The institution's restaurant was well decorated, thus providing a serene eating environment. Tables were set with mouth-watering dishes, desserts, drinks, and as they say, food is for stomach and stomach is for food.
And from the taste of it, wonderful.
Invited guests could not hide the taste from the mouth-watering dishes and desserts, proving that the meal was delicious.
Reporting for ATV, I'm Lilian Ngoyi, Aviation.
The Ukrainian hijacked ship MV Faina finally docked at the port of Mombasa after a 6-week spell in the hands of Somali pirates. Speaking upon the arrival of the ship, the government spokesman Dr. Alfred Mutua reiterated that the cargo in the ship belonged to Kenyan military and not Southern Sudan as alleged. Our reporter Elias Yah witnessed the event.
Finally, MV Faina is here. All crew members aboard the ship, which was held captive by pirates off the Somali coast, were in stable condition when the ship docked, except for the demise of the captain from Russia who died during the ordeal. Speaking during the handover ceremony, the government spokesman Dr. Alfred Mutua expressed his condolences to the people and the family of the captain, whose body was still in the ship when we went on air. To receive the ship at the port of Mombasa was the Assistant Minister of Transport Dr. Musila and a delegation from the Ukrainian government. Speaking at the ceremony, the minister gave a short history of the ship since her hijacking. He also reaffirmed that the cargo in the ship belonged to Kenya. The Kenyan government, together with 20 other countries, signed an International Code of Conduct of Protocol on Piracy. The Code of Conduct signed in Djibouti will facilitate arrest and prosecution of pirates. Reporting for ATV, I'm Elias Chuma.
Most certainly you've heard of it. The beauty associated with the coastal city of Mombasa, its sandy beaches amongst others. And as our reporter Jenta Delay found out, there are other beautiful sceneries which remains unreported. Mamangina Drive is just that. It's located at the shores of Indian Ocean. One can not only relax, but also enjoy the breeze.
Situated at the outskirts of Mombasa, Mamangina Drive is one of the treasures found in this coastal city. This magnificent place boasts of a large number of both local and international tourists. Its location is in a very serene environment, which makes it even more attractive. The cool breeze from the Indian Ocean and beautiful scenery of rocks and caves found at the coastline are but a few of the interesting things found in the drive. Looking for a place to take the kids? Mamangina Drive can be an option, as it offers several games for them to play and have fun with other kids. Seats are also reserved, where one can sit and rest while